I played a few survival horrors during Steam Next Fest, and most of them were pretty good. There was Phase Zero, which felt like an actual sequel to the OG Resident Evil 2 or 3.
Phase Zero.
In fact, I felt like it was trying to be Resident Evil a bit too much, but I loved the gameplay, the setting, the puzzles, and everything about it. I'll definitely get it when it releases. There was Whisper Mountain Outbreak, which was absolutely amazing. It takes a very novel approach to classic survival horror with looting, crafting, RPG type elements. I'm really cheering for its success. Everyone should play it. After playing Signalis, isometric perspective is currently my favorite perspective for survival horrors. So for that reason alone, I tried Scarlet Lake. But it was obviously much more than just the camera. I've wishlisted it right away. And there was Holstin, which wasn't just a survival horror but a blend of some of the best games I've ever played. While I saw that there was a demo available for Tormented Souls II, I wasn't sure if I should play it since I didn't play Tormented Souls I yet, although it has been in my backlog for a while. But I thought since it's a demo, it's probably not gonna spoil the first game too much, so let's give it a try. Though I never played the first one, I am somewhat familiar with it, so I had an idea of what to expect, and well, in short, after finishing the demo, I think I'm going to have to play the first one as soon as possible to get myself up to speed for the second one after all. But was the demo full of only positives? No. Let me tell you why. In the demo of Tormented Souls 2, you play again as Caroline
Walker.
The eye patch and leather jacket wearing, I'm not sure what's her profession, a cosplayer? Anyway, she arrives in a convent with her younger sister Anna to attend some kind of wellness program because Anna apparently gets possessed and speed draws monsters which come true. The sisters are put in a room where they fall asleep, and then Coraline wakes up to find that Anna has been snatched from her and the sisters of the convent are trying to do something to her. A big bodyguard type guy chokes Caroline to make her unconscious, and then like a Saw movie, she wakes up in an infirmary with needles all over her body. Again, I haven't played the first game, but I've watched a few videos on it which exposed me to the general gameplay features of it. So from that experience, I'd say that the sequel basically plays the same way. You pick up objects that are visually as detailed as the rest of the environment and even have intricate functions that you need to figure out. I really like how working with these objects are not just about selecting them and pressing combine. In a lot of cases, you have to specify how you want to combine them, and there are these detailed animations that really add a tactile feeling to solving puzzles with them. Talking about the visuals is kind of unnecessary, as you can clearly see it is gorgeous. Especially lighting details are just mind-blowing as they were in the first game, even better here. Character models are kind of mid, but I didn't mind it, I was busy looking at the environment anyway. Combat follows the classic system of holding down a button to draw the weapon that targets enemies automatically and then shooting with another button. Unlike most classic games and the previous entry in this franchise though, now you can move while holding that target. You also have a button to evade when enemies get too close and try to attack you. I found two weapons in this demo, a nail gun and a shotgun. I was able to upgrade the nail gun to increase its rate of fire. It's good to see that weapon upgrade is a thing. And while I couldn't find a lot of ammo for the shotgun, so my experience with it is somewhat limited, I like that it feels distinctly more powerful than the nail gun. There were two types of enemies in the demo, and I loved how they were used so effectively to serve the horror part of survival horror. Especially these scorpion/spider type enemies are used very sparingly, which made their appearance feel special and extremely terrifying. The enemy moveset is obviously quite limited, but for a classic type survival horror like this, it totally works. What did not work very well for me were the puzzles. Now, I'm aware that puzzles were a point of contention in the first game, and well, I think it's gonna continue that legacy here as well. Personally, I love solving puzzles. There is something very rewarding about figuring out a solution to a puzzle and seeing it click. But I'm not what you call a puzzle head, which I'm not sure is an actual term or not. By this I mean, I don't really like to spend close to an hour in one puzzle taking notes and using calculators or Excel sheets to work out the solutions. For me, how the mechanisms of the puzzle work and what I need to achieve in a puzzle should be made clear so that I can spend all my energy figuring out the solution. And also, I think in a game like this, having puzzles that require real-world general knowledge is not a very good idea. Since as a developer, you can't really predict what amount of quote-unquote general knowledge an average gamer would have, or even the fact that what you might consider general knowledge might not be so general for a lot of people. So they will just Google the solution, or at least a core part of the solution, and deprive themselves of the joy of solving the puzzles themselves. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna show and spoil the solution of a puzzle from this demo. If you don't wanna see it, please skip to this part of the video. For example, I found a chess mat with this cryptic message written on it, and later I found this device with chess pieces on it. From these two objects, I was able to deduce that the chess mat code is something that I need to replicate in this device in order to make it work. But since I'm not a chess player and I don't have any knowledge about the intricacies of the game beyond the very basic rules of it, this code was just gibberish to me. Despite trying to figure out for a long while and failing, I eventually googled this message and got this reply, which even further confused me to the point of giving up. So I ended up finding another guy's full playthrough of the demo and got the solution of the puzzle from there. These symbols signify the movement the chess pieces can do. For example, L means the knight, which can move in an L shape, star means the queen, which can move in every direction, etc. I felt super dumb to not have been able to figure it out by myself, especially since my basic knowledge of chess covers this knowledge too. Now, I don't know if the game expecting me to make the connection of the chess pieces to this code was too much or not, or if by complaining about it, I'm being unfair or not. What I do know is that despite being very enthusiastic to solve puzzles and having reserved an above average patience for them, I still ended up getting frustrated and felt like quitting the game, and it definitely hurt my enjoyment overall. Am I to blame, or were the developers relying too much on my intelligence? I'm really not sure. Therefore, I'm not necessarily complaining, but I have to be honest that I could not enjoy puzzles in this demo. Am I so pissed at it that I've decided this game is not for me? Not at all. I loved pretty much everything else about the demo. The expertly done atmosphere alone is enough to keep me engaged, so I will try and finish the first game as soon as possible to get an idea of the type of puzzles I could expect from this sequel, but I must confess, I am expecting to dread the puzzle solving part of the game when it releases. Is that a good kind of dread that you feel before playing a Souls-like? Maybe? Wait for my review of the full game when it comes out to find out.